What's up, party animals? My name is Kezi, and today I wanted to talk about getting back into hobbies. Now, my hobby is music, and I've kind of been struggling lately to dive in and actually get it done. And while it has been a struggle, I've been using a few probably common techniques, but things that, when you're kind of down in a rut, you might not realize are what you should be doing. It's very hard to change your mindset about a lot of things, especially when it comes to things like motivation. People are always looking for a reason or inspiration to start on their creative pursuits, or even not creative. Some of this could apply to things like working out or, other healthy hobbies that you might have. So we're going to start with the pressure. When I open up a DAW, or when I load up my CDJs, or, get on any other piece of equipment, it's terrifying. You have this unlimited potential of what you could be doing. And, it feels like the pressure's on. And that's something that I think that is, obviously it's in your head, right? Unless you're, being told by the boss man to go do X, Y, or Z, it's kind of just on you to do it. There's just not a good enough reason to do it, but there's also too much pressure to get something, really made, or, just the weight of all the possibilities can feel like too much. So for music, in my world, something that I might use are samples. Go through the list of samples that you have available to you in, your music or your, whatever, and just kind of flip through those, and one might jump out at you and you might be just like, that, I want to use that. Now, while that applies to music, you can kind of use something for other creative pursuits. Open up old sketchbooks. Open up a old idea for something like writing. A lot of unfinished products, and this can work for music too. Open something that you haven't finished yet. And while maybe the goal isn't to finish it, but the goal might be to just look at it and be like, okay, hey, this is an idea. I could jump from this. Or, when you save all these ideas and you never go back to them, well, what are you saving them for? You can kind of strip it for parts. And when you strip it for parts, you might take certain ideas out of it, or certain sounds or writings or images or whatever you might do. Just take it out and just be like, okay, I'm going to build a whole different song out of this one thing that I found, or multiple things that I found. Or you can just work on the project, delete a bunch of stuff, and then rework it from there. And that brings me to my next thing is, okay, maybe I don't want to look at old projects, and instead you can kind of just make a new one. Doodle, noodle, or brainstorm, just get things on the page. An empty workspace is a terrifying workspace. But once you make that first step, of getting something on the page or the program, then you can actually start to work towards something that you can feel more, that can feel a lot less intimidating. And the big thing about that is, so if you do go down the brainstorm, doodle, noodle path, set a timer if even just that is too intimidating. Say I'm going to spend 5 minutes working on this project. I'm gonna get something on the page in 5 minutes. And it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be on the page. When you start a project, unless it's, there's really not anything, especially in the modern era, where if it starts badly, it can't still turn into something amazing. You're able to rework things, but you can't rework nothing. And I think that's a big thing, is you start with this general kind of something, and then you go and rework it until it is, it keeps getting better and better and better. Because then once you have once you have an idea, then you can pick a direction. If you have nothing, you might go this direction, or you could go the other direction. And both are equal. Once you have something, though, it's much harder to just kind of 180 it. You still can if you don't like it, but then that's an active decision and not just, I got to do something. But yeah, spend 5 minutes and make anything. Literally get something on the page. And that brings me to the next thing, where you could just make something bad on purpose. If you're not making, the big thing for me especially is, I want it to be good. I don't want to spend time sucking. That's a waste of time. Well, for one, it's not. Check my video on that. But for two, it's fun. If you go and say, okay, I don't want to do everything above, try making something bad on purpose. When with the context of music, what's the worst sounds I could make? Something really annoying. Let's go remix a fire truck. And you can do that with other things, right? Like, okay, I'm gonna write a really, really silly fan fiction about, my fake OTP with, some self-insert, cheesy fan fiction that, okay, this isn't going to get shared anywhere. But again, it gets something on the page. Doodle something that's really goofy. All sorts of things, but with the intent of it being bad. Because if you plan to suck, then there's not really a lot of pressure. And heck, I've found that when I do that, it actually turns out better than I'd expect. So even if there's this one really obnoxious thing that you're just like, well, okay, because of that, I'm not going to send it out. Well, you still have the skill level you have, right? And so you can work with that and pick out the good parts, get rid of the bad, and then it's just like brainstorming. And then you're right to where you need to be to continue to work the idea through. When you allow yourself to have this kind of bad idea, you can also allow yourself to kind of be vague and broad. And when you have, again, it's about getting a direction. When you don't have the words on the page or the, notes in the DAW or whatever you might have doing for you, getting that direction is very important. And honestly, remind yourself why you do this. Unless like I said before, unless you're a creative professional and the boss man is breathing down your neck, and even if, you're probably doing this because it's fun, because you enjoy the process. So remind yourself of that. Either you're practicing and it's less fun, but that means you can have more fun later. Remind yourself that this is the thing I want to be doing. Imagine yourself in the space that you want to enjoy. More kind of fantasize about it a little bit, if you will, where, something I want to do with my tracker is I want to sit in, like, I got it because I love the idea of sitting on the couch and just making a jam with, just sitting on the couch. I see a lot of people doing that, and that sounds comfy. If I can, I would say, fantasize about doing that, daydream about, oh, it sounds so nice. When it finally comes down to being able to do it, you're much more inspired and excited to actually do that thing. If you're at work, spend the day just kind of daydreaming about the comfortable space you can get yourself into. Don't fantasize about something you can't do. I'm not daydreaming about getting on a Pacific Island beach and, doing the thing with $1 million. Keep it realistic. But that's the thing, is that no matter your state, if you are working on something creative and you have before, there's a flow state you can kind of imagine yourself being in, where the lights are turned just right and your bedroom is clean and stuff like that. So you can have this this idea in your head that you can spend time thinking about. And that'll get you excited, right? Like, I've daydreamed about things that probably shouldn't because they're unhealthy. You know, I'll daydream about a cheeseburger. And yeah, once it's time for me to get that cheeseburger, I sure am hyped. And that can apply to so many different things because you want to romanticize the process, because the process is what you enjoy. If you're a creative person, or if you're into a hobby, you're into it because you enjoy the process. And so if you spend time romanticizing that process, you'll find it to be so much more comfortable. And you know, when you're dreading the process, that's how you can get art block and things like that, where you have nowhere to go and you're just completely lost on what to do. And that's the thing, is that, like, you know, if you can do it now, you know, if that is the option, then, like, you know, once it's time to do it, once you have the time to do it, why not? You know, can you really give a real reason for why you shouldn't go do the thing? You know, and the reason often I have for myself is, well, I'm scared. What if it sucks? Then suck. Like, right? Like if you aren't doing anything, that's worse than sucking. I'll be honest. You know, the first step to being sort of good something is sucking. So then do bad. It's okay. It's because the thing is that the process is what you should be romanticizing. Don't worry about the finished product. That's not why you enjoy the craft. If all you liked was the finished product, well, then you'd probably just be an AI artist, and who likes those? So, like, go enjoy the process, you know, and when you do enjoy the process, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It matters that you're enjoying what you're doing. And as you romanticize and as you accept that the process is what you do, good, bad, it doesn't matter. You're having fun. And so go out, go have fun, go do bad, but it's good because it's fun. So go have fun, enjoy yourself, enjoy your hobbies. And I hope that this video kind of helped inspire you. I hope you can take some of this with you on your next creative adventure. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, I've been making a lot of videos lately. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. Don't forget the Patreon. Love those people. Go be on the Patreon. This video is actually uploaded early, so early access might be a thing too. But again, I have live stream VODs, I have DJ mixes. Go check them out. Thanks so much. Bye.